What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to another Impulsive TCG video. Today, we're talking about the new stamp card that came out in the UPC for Moltres yesterday. Just kind of going to talk about stamps and like why stamp cards are kind of dumb and why this new promo card that's coming out, there's a couple of them actually in the set, it's just Pokemon being overall pretty lazy, and I feel like, going in deep diving into why that is. So first up, Pokemon has been printing a bunch of new promos, but every single time they have it, it has a stamp on it. It has a little stamp in the corner of the card, like this card, Prismatic Umbreon. This card was reprinted in the Surprise Box set, pictured here, but the only difference is it had a stamp on it. It had a little stamp that just said Prismatic Evolutions, and yet that card is suddenly worth like 20 bucks. Well, meanwhile, this one's worth like 4? Kind of weird, isn't that? And if I'm being honest, stamp cards don't really make a whole lot of sense just conceptually. Like, what makes the stamp so impactful when the artwork itself is the exact same, but a stamp is what determines the value? That is so weird to me, and that is probably the biggest reasoning for saying we're kind of in a speculative frenzy of a lot of stuff. Now, I think Pokemon has a lot of room to grow. The people who grew up on it now are maybe the oldest hitting 40. They still have plenty of earning years, so over the next 10 to 20 years, I think Pokemon is still going to do fantastic. But I do think we're in a very speculative bubble right now where things like promos with stamps on them, which is what Pokemon seems to be only printing now, and I think it kind of sucks to see because they could be printing so many cooler promos, but they're printing a lot of stuff with stamps as promos, and that stamp is supposed to be what gives it its value, gives it the promo appeal. Meanwhile, I just don't think the stamps are all that cool and don't really add much to the card. Like I said, it's basically a reprinted card. The new SIR Moltres stamped Destined Rivals printed card that's coming out in the Moltres UPC is exactly the same as the SIR from Destined Rivals. The exact same. No changes in artwork. In fact, the other two promos are also just cards from Destined Rivals. All that was added was a stamp that says Destined Rivals on it. That's it. And suddenly, that's a promo card now? We already have that card. That card already exists. Why didn't we get a new card with new artwork from Moltres? If they had given us like 3 new Moltres cards, similar to what they did for Charizard in the Charizard UPZ back in Sword and Shield, that would have been fantastic. We got 3 great promos from that. And instead, we're just getting 3 of the same cards we already have that exist. Instead, we're just getting Destined Rivals stamped on it. And I think the stamp it looks tacky, it looks dumb. Now, obviously, Pokemon has been doing this now for, it seems like, pretty often in Scarlet Violet. New collection box sets that are coming out. They're printing Reshiram, Blaziken, Salamence, all these new Blastoise, Venusaur, I'm adding on more. All these new box sets, collection box sets, have exclusive promos, but the exclusive promo is just a regular EX card with a stamp on the corner. Like, why is that like a promo? That isn't anything that's special. Like, what is the point of even making a promo at that point? Just make it the same card. Like, we didn't ask for that to be a stamped. Like, we didn't ask for that stamp. If it was an exclusive, like, hey, this collection box has this cool Venusaur EX artwork, and an exclusive, it doesn't even need texturing or anything like that, just an artwork piece. If they did that, it would make more sense to be like, oh, I'm going to spend a little extra on this collection box. Instead, we're getting this stamped Venusaur promo from GameStop for $60, $70. That's absolutely ridiculous. That it's just a stamp. That's all it is. We already have that card in 151. You can go buy it for 50 cents. Why does the stamp add any value to it, to the product or the card itself? It's just getting ridiculous, and I think stamps are the dumbest thing in all of Pokemon cards currently. I'm not a huge stamp, like, there's some that are cool, don't get me wrong. I think Pokemon Center stamps are at least a little bit less tacky, I guess, compared to some of the other stamps that have come out. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I don't think they're worth, like, they should be worth like 10, 20x what the regular one is because it's the same artwork, but I at least can like understand the appeal of that because it at least came exclusively from Pokemon Center. But like, just Destined Rivals being stamped on something and being in a promo is just ridiculous. And I apologize for going off on a tangent here. This just makes me, makes my blood boil, but I just feel like that if Pokemon put a little effort into their promo cards, like, we got the Shrouded Fable promo cards, about a year or so exactly ago, because that's when Shrouded Fable came out. We got the Kingdra and the Greninja promo, also the Kingambit, which I like all 3. They put a lot of effort into those cards. The texturing looks great. And you know what? A lot of people like those cards, and you can't even find those anymore because so many people like the cards. Like, the card now is, what, $60, $70 for Kingdra? Which is absolutely ridiculous. It's like, it's so expensive now for a card that just came out a year ago, but I feel like the natural demand is at least there for that card. I do think it's way overpriced currently, but I do think natural demand of people wanting to add that card to their collection at least exists. Like, if I look at the card, I'm like, yeah, I want that in my collection. $70 may be a bit rich for me, but I can at least justify why somebody would like it because it looks nice, it has great artwork, it has SIR texturing, but like just a stamp on something doesn't provide value. It shows how lazy Pokemon is. These collection boxes that they're printing en masse to get packs out, which is fine, they're reprinting stuff to get it out to people, but reprinting these things and just putting a stamp on it and be like, that's your promo for the Latias EX box, like, at that point, just don't even give me a promo. I don't even care about it. Like, it's useless. It doesn't provide anything. Maybe somebody likes the stamp, but overall it's a little ridiculous, a little tacky. So I wish they would put more effort into making these promos actually mean something instead of just slapping a stamp onto it. Now, like I said earlier, if they just put effort into it and made the promos exclusive, or maybe even just alternate artworks, even the Charizard EX, we've gotten a couple of those, like the Charizard EX, you know what I'm talking about, the one, and it's at least like different movements, like it looks different, it's flipped backwards, like at least it's a different artwork, so I can justify that sort of stuff as a promo. It's like, yeah, okay, it's at least different, he's on the left side over the right. It's at least a little bit more justifiable. But like this exact Umbreon being a promo and all it has is prismatic on it is absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're actually doing a pretty good job with the prismatic figure collection that has the Umbreon and Espeon cards. Giving those exclusive promos for like full art cards is really nice. They could have done something with this where even if they'd flipped it the other way, at least it's like, oh, it's a different artwork. There's a reason to have that versus just there's a stamp on it. Now, I just think Pokemon needs to stop being lazy. I know it sounds bad because I don't think they're lazy in the sense of lazy. It's more so that they know the money printers are just going to keep printing because people are buying everything they put out. So they're like, well, we don't have to try as hard to get products and sales because it's going to sell no matter what. It's going to not sit on the shelf because everyone and their mom wants it right now. So once that kind of dries up, I think promos as a whole will start going back to how they were with some pretty nice promos personally. But for the time being, we're just going to keep getting these slop-riddled promos, and people are just going to keep eating it up because Pokemon's super hot right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you could like and subscribe, helps me out a ton. Join the Discord in the link below. I'm going to be having a subscriber giveaway of 100 subscribers. I'm going to be giving away a PSA slab. So if you enjoy that or want to stick around for that, check it out. It'll be coming out once I hit 100 subs, so I'm like 40 away. So if you like and subscribe, help me out a ton. Other than that, appreciate you. Let me know what your take is for stamp promos. Do you like them? Hate them? Let me know. Thank you all.